The first thing I want to talk about is or address real quickly is I get a lot of I get a lot of interesting questions here on the channel from people that are looking at getting in trucking, people that are just getting started in trucking. And I think one thing that maybe um is relevant. I don't know why I feel like this is relevant, but I do want to say this. I remember when I first got started in trucking and I started making YouTube videos, and I was getting questions as far as what company to start with, right? And I didn't know how to answer them. What the best company was or whatever. I didn't know how to answer them, and so I would ask my brother, my older brother, which is also a truck driver, an owner operator, been an owner operator for like 30 years, and I would ask him, man, listen, can you help me out? Can you tell me how to answer this question in regards to what's the best company, Best Western or Prime, or how a driver can find a job without any experience? And he's like, I don't know how to do that stuff. He's my brother for like 30, he's been an owner operator for 30 years. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know how to tell somebody how to get a job? How you don't know the difference between one company and the other. And he's like, I'd never done that stuff before. And it didn't really make sense to me for some reason. It made sense after a while, but for a minute it was like, that's interesting that a person that's been in trucking for 30 years could know absolutely nothing about certain subjects in trucking. You would,
Why is that?
I mean, there's a lot of space, there's a lot of room in trucking, there's a lot of different avenues that you can go in trucking. And you can be typically in trucking, you only know about what you do, you know? And so, I mean, if all you do is flatbed, chances are you don't know much about tanker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If all you do is chips, chances are you probably don't know much about, some other kind of freight, household goods or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you can be doing one thing in trucking for a long time. I mean, that's a good thing to me because it indicates that there's a lot of avenues, there's a lot of different ways that you can go
Right.
in trucking. So the reason I'm saying this before we get into the discussion is, there's I personally want to share a little bit of with you guys about my story and how I got started in trucking for those of you that haven't heard it. But as we go through this, there's individuals in here that will know more about a certain subject that we're gonna cover. We're not gonna be in here too long, but there's individuals that will know more, and so I always think that's where the value comes from in trucking, being able to get multiple perspectives on a certain subject. You laughing? What happened?
I'm sorry. Howard Stone said two bankruptcy owners, managers, trucking, grass money, run and hide.
What? What is going on?
Sorry.
What is going on? All right.
Sorry.
All right, family. So let's get it popping. All right. I don't know what that meant. I have no clue. You can look
You
at it
got
and
to
figure it out
explain
while
that,
I'm going
right?
on with the conversation. You can figure that one out. All right. So let's get started. All right. Let's get started. Let's start with I got everything bullet pointed out here.
I got it.
You got it?
I get
Tell me what it is before we get into it here. What happened? What's going on? What did I miss?
You basically saying what I think he's saying is he went through two bankruptcies. So owners or managers trucking. So owner operators are trucking, grassy money, run and hide. I guess the economy's a little too high. Inflation's too out the roof.
Well,
Tough on owner operators.
yeah, I guess, inflated fuel prices and low rates is what owner operators is talking about. Owner operators is pissed at brokers right now. They saying brokers taking all the money. That's what I'm hearing. So, but anyway, that's another subject for another live stream.